All right, Michael, thank you very much. As Tom Jackson and I talked about it on the pregame show, guys, that's why you play the games. The Colts trying to pull the upset, but it's kind of been the way it's been this year. AFC leads the NFC 29-20 in the interconference battles. We'll see how this goes in the second half. Of course, all sorts of news surrounding the Super Bowl champion Dallas Cowboys. Think of the last time they were in Sun Devil Stadium in Arizona, yeah? They're winning their third Super Bowl in the last 4 years. Well, now when they go back to Sun Devil Stadium, they'll do so, of course, without Leon Lett, suspended during the week for 1 full year, 16 games minimum by the NFL for violating the league's drug policy. As Chris Mortensen told you, Ray Childress, the longtime veteran, hadn't played for like a year and a half. They signed him. You might see some action. Casillas will start. But as we begin our fastest 3 minutes and look forward to this Sunday, how about the Cowboys at Arizona? Well, last week on Thanksgiving Day, Emmitt Smith shunned all the doubters, had a huge game. But what about Lett's loss? Can Boomer Esiason and the Cardinals make the Cowboys pay? How will it affect the Cowboys?
We've had a lot of things to overcome the last 2 or 3 years with injuries and all kinds of different setbacks. And it is getting frustrating for a lot of the people involved. This loss does not ruin our season. There's too many good football players in here. There's too much pride, and there's too many people that have involved in championship football teams.
Cowboys begin the weekend tied with Philly and Washington for first in the NFC East. Terry Allen got nowhere last week against the Cowboys. Could he get it going at Tampa Bay? That's where the Skins are on Sunday. Big game out west. The NFC West. Can Carolina keep bringing the defense, which shut out Tampa Bay last week, and beat the San Francisco 49ers for the second time this season? If they do, they'll tie them in the standings, and they would be first by a tiebreaker. But Steve Young and the Niners know it's a big game.
Huge. I can't remember a game around here that we played at home that's really been a significant game for us to be able to take the division, and it's a big game. So we're gonna approach it just as that.
12-1 Denver at 10-3 Green Bay. John Elway and company have clinched home field through the playoffs, but his hamstring's acting up. Will he play?
People that are injured, we're not going to let them play being injured. I mean, they're going to go out there. If I feel someone can play, then they're going to play. And right now, the only guy that looks like there's a question mark is John Elway.
No, but I wouldn't, because, and I would make the decision, any decision like that, if I'd clinched based on injury. I wouldn't, if a guy was healthy, he'd play. But if he's hurt a little bit, that's the consideration.
Mike Holmgren answering our theoretical question if he was coaching the Broncos. Well, Eric Green had a good time against his ex-mates, the Steelers, last week when the Ravens upset Bill Cowher and company. Steelers want to come back at home against a team that even had more of an upset, or at least they were upset by the way they played. New England bashed the Chargers. Stan Humphries will not play, possibly out for the whole year. Sean Salisbury gets to start San Diego at Pittsburgh. Jacksonville at Houston, one of the most interesting games of the day. Houston dreaming playoffs. Steve McNair will start again. For the Jaguars, who play the last 2 weeks at home, Mark Brunell has been tough all year. They are 6-7 and hoping playoffs. The New England Patriots are at home in a late start against the Jets. Drew Bledsoe, 4 touchdowns last week in San Diego to 4 different receivers. They're in first place now by the tiebreak. They've caught the Bills in the standings because as Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas, and Moore watch from the sidelines, the guy you're seeing excel tonight with field goals, Kerry Blanchard, did it with a 49-yard field goal last week as the Colts beat the Bills and Marv Levy in overtime. Monday night game is a renewal of the best robber in the old AFL, the Chiefs and the Raiders, where the blood flowed and the helmets were never buckled on tight enough. Can the new age Chiefs and Raiders put on that show? Jeff Hostetler led the Raiders to a win last week over Miami. They're still thinking about playoffs. As for the Chiefs, Marcus Allen and the Chiefs hope to run away with a wild card spot.
This halftime report is presented by Acura, where you'll find that luxury doesn't have to be more.
When we return baseball news, the Yankees trade a World Series hero, and we'll check out action on the ice. America's team, the first-place Hartford Whalers at Boston.
The styling of the Acura CL Luxury Coupe was designed with the old rule in mind that you never get a second chance to make a first impression. And here to break that rule is the new 3.0 CL with a new 200 horsepower V6. It lets the CL make a second impression even more powerful than the first.
The whole jock stereotype thing, it's true. I've seen it. But from time to time, there will be exceptions, and we're starting to see that as well.
Gary, absolutely dismal in this office. Nobody smiles. You got the fluorescent lights that just suck. They suck everything out of you. So you're not listening to me.
I wish you had time to relax.
You're not feeling the vibe that I'm trying to give.
Coordinating producer.
I'm trying to give you a piece of myself. I'm trying to give you a little peace, a little love, be within you. Is it so bad, this world we live in?
As a kid, there were a lot of lessons to be learned. But I realized the most important thing is to believe in myself. I found someone at Clark High who inspired me to go further than I ever thought I could. She taught me that there's no such thing as giving up.
Michael Haynes in the NFL salute Mildred White as Teacher of the Month.
Congratulations, Mrs. White, and thanks for believing in me.
You will find her wherever there's a morning and a road. Distance champion Deanna Sodoma, training and competing all over the world on the strength of her own determination and on the wings.
Welcome back to the Acura Halftime Report with your host, Chris Berman.
Welcome back to halftime. The Colts shocking the Eagles right now, 23-3 at the half at the RCA Dome. Well, kind of a shock if you think of the last 4 years, but peace at last in Major League Baseball. Took a while, but the players eventually ratified the proposed new deal unanimously. 4-year deal now with Major League Baseball through the year 2000, guaranteeing interleague play for the first 2 years of that. In addition to the new deal, that made 12 players free agent, instant free agents, and starting on Saturday at 2 p.m., gentlemen, make your phone calls. Alex Fernandez, Moise Alou, Jimmy Key, Tim Golden, Naring, and 8 others are immediate free agents. Alex Fernandez rumored to be going to the Florida Marlins. That would be home for him. Jim Frito-Leyritz hit that big home run in Game 4 for the Yankees in the World Series, traded to the California Angels for 2 minor leaguers to be named later. And Terry Steinbach, proof you can go home again, a Minnesota native, leaves the Oakland A's and signs a 2-year deal with an option for the 3rd year to catch for the Minnesota Twins, one of the best catchers in baseball, 35 homers, 100 RBIs for Terry Steinbach last year. Now we go on to the ice, where the first-place Hartford Whalers, that's right, this is the 4th game of a 4-game road trip, undefeated in the first 3 at their arch-rival, the Boston Bruins. And here we go at Boston. Jeff Sanderson shows the goal-scoring touch, 16th goal for Sandy, 1-0 Whale. Later in the period, though, the Bruins come back. Steve Heinz, one of 57 varieties of ketchup, scores, beats Jason Mazzotti. Later in the first period, though, the big fella for the Whale, Keith Primo. Look at the rush. The Whalers lead it 3-2 in the start of the 3rd period at Boston with 16 minutes to go. New Jersey in the 3rd period at home lead the Calgary Flames 2-1. Elsewhere in the NHL tonight, the Islanders at the Florida Panthers. And that's right, Panthers ferocious at home, but Fred Hughes said, who cares? He shoots, he scores! And the Islanders lead it 1-0. Power play for the Panthers, but they're down 2-0. Scott Mellanby scores. Still in the 2nd period, Ray Shepard. It's Shepard's pie. Roofs it, and we're tied at 2. The Islanders and the Panthers now early 3rd period down in Miami. Bobby Corcoran with a goal for the Phoenix Coyotes. They lead at St. Louis 1-0 after 1. That's the only games in progress right now in the NBA. Michael Jordan, post up. Guess what he's going to do? You're right, he hits a basket. And the Bulls lead the Clipsters early. Later in the quarter, Tony Kukoc will make the jump pass to Scottie Pippen. The underneath lay-in, and the Bulls at home lead the Clippers, who are hanging in actually at the half, which is a 5-point Bulls lead. Elsewhere games underway in the NBA. The Raptors, my goodness, were they using a 24-second clock? They beat the Bullets 82-80, and the Mavs over the Sixers by 3 at the half. Next Thursday at 7:30 Eastern Time from Disney World in Orlando, the NFL Pro Bowl Selection Show. We'll let you know who's going to the Pro Bowl in Honolulu. Then an hour later, our College Football Awards Show with Chris Fowler and the gang at 8:30 Eastern Time. So that's next Thursday. More football, right? Same bat time, same bat channel here on ESPN. Wow. The Indianapolis Colts try to do to the Eagles what they did to the Buffalo Bills at last Sunday. That's upset them. Jason Belzer, one of 3 picks for the Colts. Blanchard, 3 field goals, 23-3 Indianapolis.
Hi,
I'm here to introduce a remarkable new product that will help you gain control of your hair loss. Take it from me, if you're beginning to lose your hair, don't wait any longer. Bioplex can halt your hair loss, stimulate hair growth, and help you maintain a healthy head of hair. Bioplex hair treatment is new to America. This advanced formula is based on a proven product which has worked in Canada for over 20 years. What's unique about Bioplex is that it's completely drug-free, made with all natural ingredients. That means results, not side effects. The Bioplex lotion is so easy to apply, you can do it yourself in the privacy of your own home. And it's affordable. Believe me, if I hadn't discovered Bioplex, I probably would have thrown away my comb long ago. Don't wait any longer. The faster you start, the faster Bioplex can help. Take charge of your hair loss. Call the toll-free number now. Our trained consultants are standing by to answer your questions.
Got the family restaurant. Just got to be that over there.
My wife, Leon, and I have missed only 11 Packers games in the past 70 years. It's just a tremendous privilege to be able to get over to all those games. My name is Mel Kanoki, and I feel the power.
This halftime report is presented by Acura, where you'll find that luxury doesn't have to be boring.
This Marshall Faulk touchdown run, 13 yards, part of a first-half offensive onslaught for the Indianapolis Colts that has them on top of the Eagles 23-3. Back with the second-half kickoff at 30 seconds.
Time is running out to buy the ultimate gift for your family.
Oh, my God.
The clock is ticking.
The time is now.
The tension is mounting. And the end is near.
We gotta go, gotta go!
To buy this year's perfect gift.
The package has been delivered. Roger.
Independence Day on video.
I have got to get me one of these!
Buy it for your family today.